Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Gids. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. So today I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that make me feel confident. Now, I know different fragrances convey different emotions and feelings when we wear them, but these are fragrances that do particularly make me feel confident, and I thought I would share them with you. I'm sure I have more in my collection that make me feel confident, but these are the ones which I come back to and I wear and I enjoy. I've had them in my collection for a number of years, so I thought it would be interesting for me to share them with you in this video. So let's get into the first one. This one is from the House of Chanel and it is called Les Lions de Chanel. Now, this was a 2020 release. I'm seeing a lot more people discovering this in the last few years, which is great. But this one did come out in 2020, and I think because of everything that was happening in 2020, this release got overshadowed, and yeah, it's a shame. But anyway, this one pays tribute to Coco Chanel's zodiac signs. That's the inspiration. She was a Leo, so this fragrance was inspired by the majestic strength of a lion. That kind of gives you a bit of the essence of the fragrance. But what does this fragrance smell like? Well, this is an amber forward fragrance, so it's got some amber in this. It opens a bit fresh in the opening. So you've got lemon and bergamot, which gives it this kind of nice, bright, citrusy opening. But as it dries down, so in this you have some amber, you've got some labdanum, which is like a smoky, resinous, dry accord. You've also got some incense, you've got some vanilla and some patchouli. Gorgeous fragrance, very bold, very rich, very decadent, and when I'm wearing it I feel like I am channeling my inner lion. It makes me feel confident, it makes me feel bold, and it's, yeah, this is a bold fragrance. It's one of those fragrances which brings out a sense of strength from you. I know that sounds really weird and indulgent, but it brings out a sense of strength from within me. That's how Les Lions makes me feel. I think it's beautifully created, really well blended. I think it's excellent. It has this really smoky, resinous, leathery edge to the fragrance, but then it still has a bit of sweetness to it as well. It's sweet and it's warm, it's interesting, it's slightly cozy, but it's a bold fragrance. So when you wear it, you definitely feel like you are wearing a fragrance, not just a fragrance which is powerful, but one which has a lot of character behind it and a lot of strength. So I definitely have to start with this one, which is Les Lions de Chanel from the House of Chanel from the Les Exclusives collection. Tuxedo from the House of Yves Saint Laurent. Now, this to me is a classic. This is from the Yves Saint Laurent private line. A wonderful private line, by the way, absolutely gorgeous. And I've always loved Tuxedo. I know this is beloved by many fragrance lovers, but it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. Whenever I wear this one, I feel the confidence is oozing out of me. I just feel really like a gentleman. I feel really put together. I feel handsome. I feel confident. It makes me feel confident. I know that sounds really strange, but that's how this fragrance makes me feel. So this is described as a chic. This has notes also of violet leaf, coriander, bergamot, rose, black pepper, lily of the valley, patchouli in the base, bourbon vanilla, and ambergris. So I describe this as like a fresh, floral, woody fragrance. It's really like very fresh and slightly earthy. The patchouli in this really gives it a bit of an edge, which I really enjoy. I think I can always pick up the patchouli in this fragrance, but it just makes it smell really fresh and earthy and light. It's so nicely blended, this fragrance, so well blended. Everything about it is just really smooth and really, really classy. So yeah, I love wearing Tuxedo from Yves Saint Laurent. I think there's now an extrait version of this fragrance, but I mean, what brand at this point has not done an extrait? I feel like every brand is now launching an extrait. I can't think of a brand at the moment that does not have like an extrait version or an intense. Anyway, I digress, but yes, I had to mention this one. This is Tuxedo from the House of Yves Saint Laurent. Fahrenheit from the House of Dior. Yes, I am taking it back to a classic. This fragrance is stellar in my opinion. I will always have a bottle of Fahrenheit. This is the Parfum. This is one of those fragrances that makes me feel like an adult who's arrived, who's made it, who is growing into his own, has become all the things that maybe I wasn't sure I would accomplish. You know, you think of your life when you're young and you think, I've got all these dreams, I want to do this and I want to do that and I want to travel and I want to buy my own place and I want to be independent. And this fragrance reminds me of all of that. And especially when you look back on your life and you think, oh, actually, I've done a lot more than I realized, and you give yourself that grace. This is the fragrance that kind of brings me full circle. And I suppose it's because it's one that I was wearing as I was really getting into fragrance. I've always loved fragrance, but I think there became a point where I really started fine-tuning my taste, and this is one of the ones which I wore a lot. So this one has notes of Sicilian mandarin. You've got some leather in this, lily of the valley and bourbon vanilla. It has this slightly peppery, leathery, it's really a hard one to describe, but it's got this sort of leathery, sweet, addictive, petrol sort of smell to the fragrance. It's very unique. And this one is the Parfum. Yes, the Parfum concentration. I know that there are different versions of this one, but yeah, every time I wear this, it makes me feel really confident. And I love that for me. So yeah, Fahrenheit from the House of Dior. Gucci Intense Oud from the House of Gucci. Now, I do feel sorry for this fragrance because I feel like Gucci have just tossed it to one side and just been like, yeah, you came out in 2016, you're old now, we're focusing on our newer releases and the flankers to those. This one is just a classic. I feel like it's a classic, and I've heard rumors of it possibly being discontinued, which wouldn't surprise me because I don't feel like Gucci really care about this fragrance. And I think it's really sad when brands get to that point of they're so focused on the new releases that they forget about the classics in their collection. Anyway, I digress. This is a fragrance whenever I wear it, it instantly makes me feel confident. I walk out of the house feeling confident. It's a very clean, approachable oud fragrance, very classy, very refined, very refined. It has top notes of incense, raspberry, saffron and pear. In the mid, you have damask rose, musk and orange blossom, and in the base, argwood, oud, leather, patchouli and ambergris. So it's a clean, slightly fruity, leathery oud, very clean, very approachable, very classy. It's very much like one of those fragrances you can wear in an office environment. I don't think this is gonna annoy anyone because it's very smooth, it's very classy. As long as you don't overspray this one, because, I mean, it's not a loud fragrance anyway, but as long as you don't overspray it, I think this is a perfect fragrance for like an office or an environment where you want to make an impression. And the lovely thing about this fragrance, you can always get it on discounters, you can get it on so many websites for a reasonably good price. And I think for the quality of the fragrance, it's a bargain. And even the presentation, I think this bottle is really beautiful. I think this was a different era of Gucci, when Gucci was just a bit more classic. I don't really know what the Gucci scents are anymore. I don't really have any. I think I've only got one other fragrance from Gucci. Anyway, this is one which I would always recommend. I think it's an amazing fragrance, very clean, approachable, wearable, professional, confident fragrance. And yeah, it makes me feel confident. So this one had to be on the list. Gucci Intense Oud from the House of Gucci. Acqua di Parma Colonia Essenza. Now this is a flanker to the OG, which came out in 1916. It's a classic, it's a heritage fragrance. I love Acqua di Parma. I love the brand. I feel like they just keep getting better and better and better. I know their fragrances, a lot of them don't last ages, but I don't feel that's the style of Acqua di Parma. I feel like Acqua di Parma fragrances are very fresh. They are light, they are beautiful, but saying that, they do have the slightly more intense range now. So definitely do check that out. I love Fico de Amalfi from the La Reserva collection. It's one of my favorite fragrances from the house of Acqua de Parma. But anyway, I digress. This one always makes me feel confident. I feel like a gentleman. I feel grown up. It has this clean, soapy, really lovely essence to the fragrance. This one has notes of neroli, bergamot, grapefruit, jasmine, petitgrain, orange, musk, mandarin orange, vetiver, rosemary, oak moss, rose, lily of the valley, sage, patchouli, cloves, and amber. So I get a lot of like a fresh neroli from the fragrance with something green, aromatic, slightly sweet. It's just lovely, as I said. And whenever I wear this one, it just makes me feel really classy. It makes me feel elegant, poised, confident. It makes me feel put together. That's the essence of this fragrance. And I love this one. There was a point where I just could not stop wearing this. I wore this everywhere. I decanted it. I take it with me. I literally spray myself down with this one because it's a lighter fragrance. A lot of the Acqua de Parmas are not intense fragrances. Even the ones that are, you know, supposed to be intense, they're not that intense. So you can really sort of overspray. But yeah, this one is beautiful. I love wearing it. And I was going through my collection thinking about what makes me feel confident. And as soon as I saw this black bottle, I was like, yeah, this one for sure makes me feel confident. And actually, for this weather that we're in now, it's very muggy, it's very hot, it's very humid. This one is very refreshing and I just feel really clean when I wear this one. So I have to put this one on the list for confident fragrances. Acqua de Parma Colonia Essenza. From the house of Diptyque Orphéon. Orpheon is incredible. And whenever I feel like I'm gonna have a busy day or a hectic day or even a stressful day, I want to wear Orpheon because I need to feel in control. I need to feel confident. I need to feel like I'm in charge and I know what I'm doing. And Orpheon makes me feel like that. This one is such a lovely fragrance. So it's got juniper berry in the fragrance, which gives it that slightly aromatic, spicy, fresh sort of vibe to the fragrance because juniper is like a spice, so it gives it that spicy edge. But then it's got jasmine, so you get the white florals in the fragrance. It's also got cedar and tonka, and it dries down slightly powdery, this sort of clean, light powdery type of scent, which is very, very sophisticated. And Orpheon is a fragrance which, I don't know, the more you wear it, the more you enjoy wearing it. It's exquisite. I think when it came out, I didn't appreciate this. I reviewed it. I think I was a bit harsh in the review that I did. I slightly criticized the fact that it's not that unique, but it doesn't have to be. I think it's a fragrance which is really well constructed. It fits its purpose, it's classy, and Diptyque is a brand, you know, they're very considered, they're very self-assured, they know what they do and they do it well. And I think Orpheon is a great example of that. And obviously this was to commemorate the anniversary of the brand. I think it was a certain anniversary. So yeah, I love wearing this one. It makes me feel confident, it does. So yeah, had to mention that one. Orpheon from the house of Diptyque. The final fragrance I have to mention comes from the house of Maison Crivelli. This is Hibiscus Mahjad. As you can see, very well loved. We've got a nice healthy dent. Again, similar to some of the other fragrances like Orpheon, when I know I'm gonna have a long day, or even if I know I'm going somewhere and I wanna feel confident or my best self, this is a fragrance I will reach for. Yes, it's a loud fragrance, it's long lasting, it's beast mode. I hate the term beast mode, but it is beast mode. And it's one of those fragrances that stays with you throughout the course of the day. So it is like a friend that gives you a sense of confidence, kind of like encouraging you and spurring you on. This is a fragrance which has hibiscus, it's got rose, it's got leather, it's got mint, and it's got vanilla. So it's very strong. You do not need a lot of this. It's also quite sweet. And I feel like the longer you wear this, the sweeter it is. Like the dry down gets really sweet, like that vanilla really comes through, and it's really strong. It's a very highly concentrated fragrance, very strong. projects beautifully. It dries down beautifully as well. I mean, hours and hours and hours after I've worn this, people have said to me, oh, you know, every time you come near me, I can smell you, or you walk past, such a lovely smell. What is that? So even though it's loud, it's not a cloying or annoying fragrance. It's still very smooth and very lovely. I know not everyone loves this one. I know this has as many people that don't like it as many people that do, but I love it and it makes me feel confident every single time. So I had to mention this one, Hibiscus Mahjad from the house of Maison Crivelli. So those are the fragrances that make me feel confident. Do share with me what are some of those that make you feel confident, make you feel put together, make you feel like the best version of you. Do share them down below and share your thoughts on any of these fragrances that I have mentioned, what you think of them. And thank you as always for watching, and I will hopefully see you in my next video very, very soon. Take care.